Howdy.
Howdy.
Greetings, Dean Rothbard. Pleasure.
Pleasure. So I heard you two gentlemen are starting a chapter of Young Americans for Liberty.
Your sources were not incorrect.
Yes. Mind if you tell me about what your organization stands for?
Certainly. So we are called Young Americans for Liberty, or short YAL. We stand for liberty across the board. So we are the fastest growing pro-liberty chapter across the country. We're just one chapter out of 900 of this organization. Isn't that just ridiculous? So many orders, so many orders of magnitude there. But we believe in freedom. We believe in liberty. Being able to do whatever you want, provided that your actions do not infringe upon the rights of others. Being able to marry whoever you want. Being able to put whatever into your body that you want. Being able to make however much money you want. Being able to immigrate to whatever country you want. We believe that these are fundamental principles of YAL, and we want to start a chapter here to make students aware of that, to make students support it, and help them get involved in activities to those ends.
My goal in life is that everybody can reach their potential. And my motto, I tell myself every day and all around me, and hopefully one day my presidential motto is just have fun out there. And I found that YAL has really adopted this motto as their own. And it is, as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're just doing your thing out there, more power to you, God bless you, go for it, have fun. And I think that is the reason that I have found such a special home with Young Americans for Liberty.
So, second question. When are you going to be setting up your first meeting?
Well, the first meeting is this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. sharp in the Student Union Cafe, kind of where people like to eat, sandwiches and burgers, or you can come for free pizza and brownies, and we're going to have a great discussion. There's going to be agreement. There's going to be disagreement. There's going to be fun. There's going to be laughter. There's going to be a good topic of discussion, controversy. Bring your anger, bring your excitement, bring your happiness. This is exactly what we want. We want people from the left who call themselves the liberals, and we want people from the right who call themselves the conservatives, because we share principles from both, and we want to have a good discussion at that meeting, 6:30 p.m. Wednesday, April 12th, at the Student Union Cafe.
We want everything. Look, you got somebody, you got him, a colleague on the left, me on the right, man, center. That's what YAL's all about. It's gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be beautiful, and even more beautiful if you could join us. Yeah, pizza, brownies. If you don't want that, the free market will take care of you. I'll make sure that if you're like me, you can eat that stuff. We'll make sure that you're fed to your heart's content. With other foods, and it's gonna be a special time.
Most definitely. So the second question is to be more specific on the libertarian aspects. What things do the right and the left have in common with your organization?
I can draw your attention to a little pamphlet here that describes that. So people on the left, people who are progressives, they typically like higher taxes, they like economic regulations, they like social welfare, gun control, and the UN. Those are issues that we do not agree with progressives on. What we do agree with progressives on is ending corporate welfare, civil liberties, transparency, personal freedoms, peace, diplomacy. So these are some of the things that we share with the left. We believe in those true freedoms, that essence of really being a liberal in the classical sense of the word. People on the right, typically they like to support corporatism, the Patriot Act, government secrecy, the war on drugs, imperialism. We can't really sympathize with conservatism and all of that. What we do sympathize with conservatives on is lowering taxes, the free market, private charity, the right to own a gun, national defense. So we really have the best of both worlds, in my opinion. You're socially liberal. You agree that people should be able to have an abortion, marry, smoke weed, but we also believe and immigrate into this country. But we also believe that you should be able to make however much money you want. We believe that there should be free trade, lowering taxes, and getting a balanced budget together. These are also really core principles.
And I want to stress, I've been blessed in my life to have so many amazing brothers and sisters on the left and right. The best people. They die for me. They die for you, no matter who you are. And politics are complex. And I think sometimes actually people who are more think of themselves pro-liberty, I think we have a responsibility to do better about explaining the complexities of politics. And it's not that people on the left or right don't care about liberty. We want everybody, and we respect all opinions, and we understand that there are so many shades of gray, and we respect that. But we do believe, at the end of the day, that this Young Americans for Liberty platform does create the best chance for everybody to live to their potential. And once again, we recognize history, we recognize the complexities. I know there's not one size fits all, and it's great that you have your own opinions, and that's beautiful, and we hope to hear about all of them. But just to let you know where we stand, we do believe that a world under these guidelines will serve the best benefits for all around us, no matter who you are, where you come from, or any other unique and celebrated part of your identity.
So I heard that I think it's later on in April, you're going to be hosting an event with Rand Paul. I know he ran for the presidential campaign.
I'm still standing with Rand. I haven't sat down since 2015. A few times, so too much. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's your lead, Rand Paul.
No, that's good. That's great. That's the energy that we need. Not exactly hosting an event, but what we do have is we have a summit in Atlanta coming up. Actually, we don't have it, but we're going to it. It's a summit or a conference in Atlanta. It's one day. It's Saturday, April 22nd. It's $25, or you can pay $10 and you get the conference. You also get this pretty sick T-shirt. You can get the dark blue, like me, or the white, like my friend Max, and it says classically liberal and traditionally conservative. So for $10, you get the 3 free meals at the summit. You get to meet Rand Paul at the summit. You get to make new friends at the summit. You get to go to breakout lectures and learn more at the summit. And you get these awesome sick T-shirts. And we might even take you to Summit Coffee to kind of go with that end.
We will. That's a sacred YAL promise.
Yes. All right. It's a promise.
All your favorite toppings.
All right. Anything to add to that?
For once in my life, I got nothing.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm just playing. You know me too well. With Rand Paul, I just want to say that what really speaks to me about him. So for those who maybe aren't familiar with him, he ran for president this year as a Republican, and he's an interesting character. He really does what he believes to be in the best interest of his country. As we could tell, that didn't really help him. His poll numbers were. You may have gotten more votes than he if you were running. But we appreciate that about him. Like he really does think to be in the best interest of our beloved Constitution. And even for his political career, he special thing, ain't it? But he was the only Republican, for example, who walked in Ferguson because he felt as if the civil liberties of our black brothers and sisters maybe weren't as taken care of as they could have. He worked across party lines with actually a very own New Jersey. It's my little y'all know me, New Jersey. I had to bring it up sometime. But he worked with Cory Booker across the aisle to work on deterring mass incriminalization efforts. And I think that says a lot about his goals and his character. And I hope that we get the chance to just speak with him.
Interesting. I'm looking forward to it. So mind if I take a pocket Constitution?
It's just take 2. One for you, friend, or you can read Bob. There's been days I've read the Constitution back and forth 3 times a day, 3 times in the same book.
You can read backwards like that?
I can read backwards. Sometimes I've even read it like this, forwards, and then I've read this one starting from the backwards. So all you, sir.
Cool. Any other questions?
So one more question I have is we do offer another organization, Young Americans for Freedom. Could you please distinguish yourself from Young Americans for Freedom?
Yes. So the question is, how is Young Americans for Freedom different from Young Americans for Liberty? Because like in Spanish, I think the word for freedom is libertad. So these words are pretty similar. And so I think the distinction to make is that, well, first let me talk about the similarity. I believe that YAL, Young Americans for Liberty, and YAF, Young Americans for Freedom, are both fighting this increasing trend of having an overwhelmingly progressive, liberal bubble on college campuses. So realizing that progressive thought is kind of being fed into, professors' lectures, into extracurricular activities, into events at night. And so we need to just make sure that we're not weeding out any points of view on the right or weeding out any other, perhaps more pro-liberty standpoint. We believe that the left brings a lot of great things, like I was saying earlier, ending wars we are a true believer in, but we also need to make sure that progressive ideology is not dominating potentially other totally viable forms of opinion. and beliefs in that respect. One of the ways that we're different is that Young Americans for Freedom, the first word, if you put a gun to my head and you said, what is Young Americans for Freedom? And I have to say it in one word, I would say they're conservative. So they believe in conservative principles across the board. We believe in a lot of good conservative principles too. We're just as conservative as we are progressive, but we're also just as progressive as we are conservative. So while they emphasize conservatism, we truly emphasize the pro-liberty movement. So the freedom, not just in being able to make however much money you want or being able to say whatever you want, but also the freedom to marry whoever you want, to put whatever you want into your body, to have an abortion. These are things that we believe in. We just believe in freedom across the board, whereas YAF is more centered around conservative principles. What else?
Yeah, that says it all. Once again, I plan myself on going to and I'm proud to say I plan on going to the Young Americans for Freedom meeting, and that's contributing to them, but we do offer a different brand. And I don't believe it's a zero-sum game, so I believe that, for example, we do not believe in the weakening of national defense. We do not believe in getting rid of security. We just believe that we could be mutually beneficial. We can have amazing safety in this country while having amazing security. We believe we have an amazing defense if need be, while not intervening in places in which we are not in harm's way and we are not doing what's in the best interest of the citizens who call their place home. But once again, we love all perspectives, and there's certainly something to be said about every single position. And abortion, yes, we believe in the woman's right to choose. It's a YAL platform. We do respect for a lot of our friends, especially those on the right. If you believe that abortion is murder, we respect your desire, your passion, and the same for our friends on the left who maybe disagree a lot with us when it comes to perhaps our thinking on guns and on money. And we respect that, we love that, but we do what we believe to be representative of liberty at the end of the day. And we truly believe that. Is it? We'll probably never know for sure, but our conscience tells us that what we do is in the best interest of liberty, just based on our own experience and our own viewpoints. That being said, not only do I insist on disagreement, or encouragement, or agreement too, if you feel inclined, but we are a huge fan of every single political ideology you have. Love to hear about it and talk through it, and I'm sure we will. And I thank you in advance for your consideration and the time you took to watch the video, and for your continued, I don't want to use the word support, your continued interest in working with us at Young Americans for Liberty to create what we all want, which is the best America. We could create best worlds. We could create
making the world a freer place. We think is making the world a better place.
That's what we're trying to do in the best way we know how, in our humble opinions.
Amen.
Thanks for the meeting, guys. I'm convinced. As Ron Paul once said, it's happening, right?
That's right.
It is happening.
Good.
It is. We don't need to convince because it's all ongoing discussion. But we really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, Dr. Rothbard.
It's wonderful to have you here. Really appreciate it. It's very special.
Excellent. Wednesday, April 12th, 2017, 6:30 p.m. Student Union Cafe, pizza and brownies. Be there, be square. Eastern
Standard Time and alternative foods if you're like me. So we got you covered. In every way, hopefully, at Young Americans for Liberty. That's really our objective, just to have you covered and let you cover yourselves.
Yes.
Just do your thing.
So sincerely and for liberty, Young Americans for Liberty.
God continue to bless.